Thank you. So I would like to invite Vineet and Sayia. They have joined from Pune. Um, they are practicing homeschooling parents. They have a publishing business. They work in curriculum rather, and they are actually teaching their children from home. So I present you Vineet and Saya. They will be sharing their experience firsthand. It's a wonderful opportunity for us educators coming together with a set of parents and sharing our understandings. Vineet and Saya.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. We are really happy to have this opportunity. We don't consider ourselves experts by any standard. It's a little bit intimidating following Dr. Bahal and Magdalene's talk.
But I think no one can just no one can tell better about homeschooling experience because you started it yourself and you are not from the teaching profession. So
Sure.
do tell us what are
Yeah,
the advantages that you see and why you started, how you started.
sure. Why we started is actually newly married 12 years ago. My wife had an opportunity to go for a couple of hours in there was a family from the US staying in Pune, and they were doing homeschooling. And she just went for a couple of hours to help with one of their child, to learn how to read. And so it was a very crucial phase where that child was just in the beginning of pronunciations, etc., and transitioning into reading short sentences. But over there, my wife kind of saw the other siblings as well. That it would take 3-4 hours. The parents had, they would give them the assignments for the day. It would take them 3-4 hours maximum, and then after that, the children had so much time to pursue their own interests and grow in whatever strength that they had. So that was something behind our mind. And then later on we started researching, and we were surprised to find out that there is a homeschooling community in Pune, Bangalore. And so we did a lot of research, and somehow we knew that it's difficult to put our unique children and all that they have, the strengths and the individuality and the inclinations, what they are strong at, what they are not strong at, to put it all in, like, put one particular mold on them. And so we started researching more, and we found out, like, in the good old days, the mother played a real important role in the first few years, and then eventually in the Roman civilization and other old cultures, the dad would take the hand of the child, especially in the trade that he is in, and he would teach the trade, and also would inculcate the values of what a strong, good citizen of that particular community is supposed to be. And the child just walking around with the dad and shadowing, in a sense. So that kind of struck us, that has the Industrial Revolution kind of, is it like just producing like cogs to fit into just the industrial machinery, or is there more to this? So we began to dig a little more in this. And then we started seeing, like, as parents, I think we have a keener eye, better ability to see their strengths, their weaknesses, the areas where they need more guidance. And there's something wonderful about a parent saying good job and well done, and spending time helping you through learning something new in math, and giving a high five to their child. just the process. I mean, when I was small, it happened a couple of times, and I still remember that. Like my mom sitting, and I was just not able to solve these math word problems, and finally I could. And she said, "See, I knew it. You're my boy. I knew it that you could do it." And it just stuck in my mind. The parent guiding and motivating is something far different than somebody else. Of course, the joy of just spending the whole day and developing a deeper relationship, especially in the time constrained society that we have. So just being there to counsel them during various stages, work on their character if they've been lazy. I don't think like a teacher has time to ask a student what went on, why were you careless, or how you can go back and correct yourself so that you can be more productive. I think
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I would like to invite Dr. Bahal once more and ask him to throw light on the NIOS curriculum. Does it build in the scope and the possibility for developing all these?
Great, ma'am. NIOS is a phenomenal organization. And for those who don't know it, it is National Institute of Open Schooling, formed in 1979 with CBSE, Central Board of Secondary Education. But subsequently, it became autonomous in 1989. Millions of learners have gone through our fold. And ma'am, it is the world's largest open schooling system. Can you believe our yearly enrollments are in the region of anywhere from 500,000 to 600,000 learners? And that is spread at every part of India. And in addition to this, it not only undertakes academic programs, but it also undertakes vocational programs, that is skill development, in 100 odd programs in agriculture and animal husbandry, business and commerce, computer and information technology, engineering and technology, home science and hospitality, as well as in health and paramedical sciences and industrial safety, fire services, everything. Virtually everything under the sun is covered. And then we have a program where we can combine academics with skill development. So what you can do is, you can have 3 subjects in 10th or 12th with one language, whether it's English, Hindi, Sanskrit, Punjabi, Odia, Tamil, any of these languages, and you can choose one skill subject, which will be bakery and confectionery, beekeeping, paddy farming, poultry farming, carpentry, or it can go up to computer hardware assembly and maintenance and do your 10th or 12th class certification.
Is there a plan for early childhood and primary level?
In fact, early childhood care is one of our most popular courses we are running in NIOS, both for the vocational department as well as it is now being conducted by the academics department too, so that we give choice to wider range of students. They can take this course and do their 12th. So there is phenomenal amount of effort that is put even in this as well as in elderly care, which is a very popular program of ours. But what I want to highlight to you is the way we develop our curriculum. We take the example of Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, or Steve Jobs. They're all college dropouts. In fact, 1972, Steve Jobs left his Reed College, came to India to study Buddhism and Zen and get enlightenment before he went back, and co-founded in 1976 Apple. Today, Apple's iPhones are there all over the world, even my phone. So what I want to say is, you don't need degrees. Yes, degrees are necessary to get you opportunities to take interviews. But what you need is whether you have the skill in you, which will get you to do that job successfully and get you to be a good parent, a good husband, a good wife, and a good member of the society. So here, our curriculum development is extremely important. Our curriculum committee not only has industry experts, academic experts, society experts, as well as experts from NIOS. In addition to this, the curriculum is easy to understand in a self-learning material with lots of pictures, multi-sensory kind of a curriculum. And we have in-text questions. And in addition to this, for vocational education, we relate it to the job role, to the national skills qualification level, to the national occupation standards. That is, what is the role and task that he's supposed to do so as to achieve that job role of that of a carpenter, electrician, or anything.
Absolutely. That
And
makes it really amply clear that it prepares the child for self-learning, self-directed learning in a big way. Yeah. So from this, I would like to move on to Witold and Magdalena, because I think the formative years, that is so critical and crucial, and come on to prepare the child for the later part of it. So let us move on to Magdalena and Witold.
Okay, yes. So let us continue and maybe focus on the opportunities that the home learning offers the children and the entire family. So what has been beautifully shared by all of you, we definitely are on the same page here. So we've been on this journey as well with our son, and let us share the opportunities. So we have said already, all of us, that the homeschooling is a chance to go beyond just academics, to explore talents, or explore one's vocation, one's calling, and explore other things beyond the knowledge and academic topics. When children learn at home and are supported in a natural way, and the learning is experiential, then we definitely have the whole person cross-curricular learning that they can go through, because everything that they learn is based in a context, in a rich context, yes. And all this will eventually lead to stimulating, to offering the personalized pathways for learning, yes. So this would be the eventual goal of home education, offering personalized pathways that are aligned with children's individual talents, individual gifts, that will lead them to full potential learning. So, and how this happens, as we mentioned, through active learning. Just take a look at the journey of our son. This is a collection of pictures from our son's learning journey. And as you can see, none of these pictures are in front of books or in front of the screens. Actually, all of the pictures are somewhere out there, exploring, interacting with the nature. So finding a pine cone.
We are great believers in outdoor education, we call it, which is active, holistic, but outdoor as much as possible. Wherever we go, we like to be outdoors.
So some of these pictures are from around the world, actually. So it is in China, in Sri Lanka, in Spain. So it's because of our lifestyle. We world school, but you can achieve something similar just in your home country, in your place, in your region, where the child can explore their talents, their personal pathways. So and as was mentioned before, if we think about two different children, they will have different interests, yes? So, and if we offer them the same learning paths, they will struggle. If we offer them the same tools, the same environment, the same modes of learning, they will struggle. And if you look at these two examples, Sarah, she's a very active learner. She likes climbing trees. She's a very kind of into the leadership, active leadership. She prefers exploration. And Colin, he prefers, being alone and focusing on individual practice. So if we ask them to learn exactly the same way, they will struggle. So instead, if we offer this girl, Sarah, context, opportunities to learn the way she prefers, she needs to being active, moving around, using her body, then the girl will succeed, yes? And by the same token, if we offer Colin the ways in which he can learn and explore his talents, he will flourish. But if we make him climb trees and out of the sudden be loud and, work in teams, he may not be really into it, yes?
Well, definitely he may not reach his full potential. And as for Sarah, the same. And this is the kind of pathway we are talking about, enabling environments and learning and safe environments and contexts so that children can reach their full potential.
Yes, so exploring this context. So this is what we have been doing with our son, and this is also, as far as we could hear, you have been doing in your schools and at home with your children. And this is something that we encourage parents to explore via homeschooling. So, and this all boils down to the role of the parent and the misconceptions that we talked about, that we don't need to be teachers, we don't need to be educators, we don't need to prepare structured learning context for children. Yes. So it all can happen very naturally.
Well, we are educators anyway as parents. That's why previously we mentioned that all parents are the educators of the future, but not necessarily we have to be teachers in a kind of universal meaning of the word, because we know that a lot of parents would never want to be teachers. But if we say, okay, you don't have to teach, but how about you enable beautiful learning environments for your children? How about you just facilitate the context for them? You don't have to teach, but facilitate, enable. Then they say, okay, this I can do.
Yes, and this will eventually lead to lifelong self-directed learning, because the more personal the learning journey is, the more it will be self-directed, where a child is the author of the learning experiences. Yes, the child knows what they want, what they are drawn to, and if we as parents facilitate the learning journey for them, then this is our ultimate role. Yes. So, and this is what the self-directed learning is about. Yes, and this is actually the future of education.
In fact, teachers are expected to be facilitators rather than teachers.